Hey there guys, I'm back to another video. Today we'll be taking a look at my favorite games of 2021. Obviously, I didn't play everything that came out this year and I didn't finish every game I played this year. Before we jump into it, here are the games that I played this year but didn't play all the way through. So consider these honorable mentions. Mario Party Superstars, Mario Golf Super Rush, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, new Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Unite, Metroid Dread, and WarioWare Get It Together. I probably could have included Nick All-Star Brawl and Pokemon Unite in my list since these games don't have an ending, but that wouldn't make this a top 5 list. Now, without further ado, these are my top 5 games of 2021. Number 5. Clearly, if I finished more of my games this year, this wouldn't be on my list. I loved Sonic Colors back when it came out on the Wii. It was pretty much what people wanted after Sonic Unleashed, and it was received well by critics. Now, with Sonic Colors Ultimate, it's a bit rough around the edges. The gameplay is more or less the same from what I can tell. Some changes here and there, but nothing too crazy. The new Wisp power, the Jade Ghost, didn't need to be added since it actually doesn't favor the level design at all. Sonic Colors isn't as good as I remembered it, and the tech issues don't help either. From pre-launch to the actual release, this game is littered with bugs and glitches. I still had an overall good time playing Sonic Colors Ultimate, but it wasn't the ideal remaster. Watch my review to know my full thoughts on Sonic Colors Ultimate. Number 4. Infamously known as the clear example to keep games physical rather than digital, fans can finally experience once again Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. After being taken down on Xbox Live Arcade and the PSN store due to the license expiring, the game makes its return on next-gen consoles and PC. It's as good as I remember it. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game is a retro-style beat-em-up while retelling the story of the original graphic novel game. In order to date Ramona Flowers, Scott has to defeat her 7 evil exes. It's rather grindy for a beat-em-up game, but I don't mind because of the fun-ass gameplay. Seriously, this is one of the best beat-em-up games of recent years. Additionally, the music is fantastic along with the sprite work, an actual piece of art when you really look at it. You can see my full thoughts on Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game on this YouTube channel. Number 3. Despite taking home this year's Game of the Year award, It Takes Two lands in my number 3 spot. I'm a huge fan of Hazlight Studios' last game, A Way Out, a cooperative story-driven action-adventure title. Sticking to the co-op required gameplay, It Takes Two is a platformer with a much lighter tone visually. A majority of the game is in this fantasy-like scenario where Cody and May take on the form of dolls. They're about to file for a divorce, but Dr. Akeem steps in to hopefully repair their marriage. The importance of relationships and how Cody and May fix theirs is beautiful to watch. The platforming is spot on and the co-op element is smartly executed. Overcoming obstacles and puzzles requires both players to communicate with one another. Because of this, the gameplay is extremely satisfying to pull off. Hazlight Studios' games are the only ones where I have the most fun in a co-op environment for gaming. Truly a unique platforming experience that's worth checking out. I can go on and on about this game, but there's a reason why it won this year's Game of the Year award. It Takes Two, despite not being my personal game of the year, is still one of the best games of 2021. More thoughts can be found in my review on this YouTube channel. Number 2. Life is Strange is a franchise that I've been following since 2017. I instantly fell in love with Max and Chloe and wanted to see more from the series. My disappointment with Life is Strange 2 lies within the characters, the power, and the abysmal release schedule. Thankfully, when Life is Strange True Colors was announced, it was going to be released all at once and have a grounded approach for the story. Somewhat bringing back vibes from the first game, Deck 9 made sure they didn't mess up their first attempt at an original Life is Strange game. The character of Alex Chen in solving the mystery of Haven Springs, Colorado may seem familiar to fans of the series, but personally, I don't mind. Alex Chen is a memorable character and does a good job leading the game's narrative. The cast of characters surrounding Alex are super interesting and worth interacting with in all 5 chapters. The grounded approach for the story works amazingly well for the series, and it shines here in Life is Strange True Colors. Alex's power to read people's emotions isn't crazy like telekinesis in Life is Strange 2, but it's just right to change certain parts of the story or maybe unlock more interactions with certain characters. It's a subtle power power, which is why I like it so much. I really loved playing Life is Strange True Colors. It does feel a bit familiar due to its similar approach to the story compared to Life is Strange 1. Regardless, Life is Strange True Colors is a return to form for the series, and I hope Deck 9 continues creating more Life is Strange games in the future. You can check out my review and spoiler review of Life is Strange True Colors on this YouTube channel. Number 1. Ratchet Clank Rift Apart is my game of the year. I got into this franchise thanks to my best friend and co-host of our podcast, Damien, who showed me these games around 2009. I've been following the franchise since those days, and I can safely say Ratchet Clank Rift Apart is by far the most polished Ratchet Clank game and technically the most impressive PS5 game I've played. Because Insomniac Games didn't want to alienate new fans coming into this title, the story is simple while making hints and references to past games. It's not my favorite Ratchet Clank story, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't like Rivet. She's super fun and a refreshing character for the series. She's an alternate version of Ratchet, so it's kind of hard to mess that up, but they really went above and beyond making her a new lovable Lombax for fans to enjoy. I hope we get to explore her character more in future games. Gameplay wise, it's the best Insomniac Games has crafted to date. The new dash mechanic adds an extra movement ability for Ratchet/Rivet to spice the gameplay up a bit. It's crazy that Insomniac Games still have ways to keep this series refreshing after nearly 20 years. Traveling from one area to another instantly is so seamless. This really wouldn't be possible on previous console generations. Graphically, this is the most detail the franchise has seen so far. It's come a long way since the PS2 days, and the photo mode demonstrates that nicely. Playing Ratchet & Clank at 60 FPS is definitely a treat as well, as 60 FPS console gaming is still relatively new. How smooth the game runs at 60 FPS without skipping a frame is fantastic to see. It didn't come home with any Game of the Year awards this year, but Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart has left an impression on this platformer fanatic. I detail my full thoughts on Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart on my YouTube channel. So yeah, that is all I have for today. What are some of your favorite games of 2021? I'm sure I missed a lot, as these are only 5 games that came out this year, and I feel like 2021 was a fantastic year for gaming. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have not already, you can subscribe. I put new videos up on Saturdays. You could follow me on social media, Facebook and Twitter. Try to put updates to my future videos. You can check out my podcast, the Travis and Damien podcast at anchor.fm/Travis Damien Podcast. We talk about games, movies, and anime every other week. And yeah, that is all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching this video once again. I'll see you guys next time with more videos.